welcome back to The Paradox. Before we start, of course, I feel like it's obvious, but nonetheless, I should state that, hey, there's gonna be spoilers in this video. Some major, some only minor, but spoilers are spoilers nonetheless. I should also preface that no, I have not finished watching The Boys. A show like that takes a certain mental fortitude, and as much as I want to say I have that fortitude, the amount of gore in that show is just, it's too much for me. So, yes, take what I say with some grain of salt, as I haven't finished the show. However, this is titled as a comparison between Homelander and Walker, but it's kind of just an excuse to rant about Walker because I hate him so much. And when I say I hate, I mean never in my life have I felt such visceral anger over a fictional character. Everything I'm talking about only comes from the shows and not the original comics, because TV shows are the main kind of content I consume when it comes to superhero-based media, and I know that's weirdly specific, but hey, I'm weird, and you are too if you're here, so just accept it. This entire essay/rant was spurred on by one of my friends saying he knew a character worse than Walker, and I didn't think so. Also, I want to pop in and give a disclaimer. After recording this the second time, I realized just how America lover this sounds, so I feel like I have to say, number one, I don't really care about America, and number two, I'm Canadian, so I have no loyalty or patriotism to America. So, let's get started. I'm gonna lay the base before we go in depth. So, John Walker is, I don't know, okay. He murdered an innocent man out of revenge who didn't actually kill his best friend. He made an immensely f***ed up decision because his ego was damaged. He used a symbol of hope to murder someone. He thought it was justified to kill that man. He walked around with a self-importance he never earned. Homelander is, well, I'd say he's a psychopath, but I'm no doctor and I can't say for certain, but I will move under the assumption that he might be. So, he's a psychopath who has power and status that helps him get away with whatever he wants. He takes his power and he uses it the way he was made to, like a weapon. That is all he knows. Walker was a soldier. He still is a soldier who is given the status of Captain America after Steve died, literally only because he has blonde hair and blue eyes. They said, "You look like Captain America, so we'll just make you Captain America," and they gave him the shield, not even thinking to maybe do a psychological evaluation on the man that they were about to give the symbol of America to. Then, he walks around with this self-importance for a status he hasn't earned yet. There's a line that I think perfectly sums it up, where Bucky says, "Just because you carry that shield doesn't mean that you're Captain America. I've done the work, okay?" Have you ever jumped on top of a grenade? Yeah, I have actually. It's a thing I do with my helmet. It's a reinforced helmet. That is his arrogance. He didn't jump on a grenade to protect people like Steve did. He jumped on a grenade because it was his job. That is all it is to him. And then he makes a really f***ed up decision, only proving Zemo's point about super soldiers. The want/need to be a superhuman inevitably leads to supremacy. Walker is a supremacist. On that note, I feel it is pertinent to add that Walker is the exact thing that Dr. Erskine, the man who created the super soldier serum, did not want. Walker is that bully who shouldn't have the serum. He is exactly what Erskine was afraid of. Then he got his ego hurt by being beat up by women he was warned would overpower him. Sam tells Walker that not even Bucky could take on the Dora Milaje. Bucky, a super soldier, a trained assassin with a fucking vibranium arm, wouldn't be able to take these three women on. But no, Walker thinks he can do it, and then, when he gets overpowered, he gets obnoxiously butthurt. So he decided he was gonna make himself a super soldier. Then he killed someone with the shield, in public, in front of a crowd, with no shame about it. I cannot ever express how horrified I was seeing Walker use the shield to kill someone, stand up, and put it back on. That is the difference. Homelander tries to hide it. It is his job to maintain heroism. Walker is okay with doing it in front of a crowd. He doesn't care who sees because it doesn't matter to him. There is such a tangible difference. Homelander disgusts me because of everything he's done. Like, yes, he's terrible and awful, but he only disgusts me. He's a manipulative ass and he is disgusting, but I don't get angry. But Walker, he makes me angry because of what he does and the fact that he tries to justify it. And it's hard to explain because they are, in many ways, very similar. But there's also a vast difference because Homelander is self-servant, but Walker is self-righteous. And that's what I think it comes down to. Homelander, for the most part, knows he is a bad person. He just doesn't care. Walker doesn't. He thinks he's done everything right, but he hasn't. He has done so much wrong, and it pisses me off to no end when he does that smug-ass smile in front of the council when they are taking away the title of Captain America from him, and he says, "I am Captain America." Because no, he's not. He never has been, and he never will be. He never earned it, and now he never will. Sorry. He makes me really angry. Sorry for that momentary break. Let's get back to it. So, another big difference that I see is rooted in legacy. Homelander has no legacy to live up to. He is writing a legacy, however dark he is making it. However, John Walker, he's got a legacy to live up to, but he doesn't. He breaks it, unwrites it, whatever you want to call it. He takes a legacy and he ruins it. He also takes the serum as if it's some fun little booster to help him out in fights, when he doesn't know the history of what that serum means. As if it's a fun science experiment, and it wasn't a last-ditch attempt to stop a madman during the World War. Then, it was an experiment on black soldiers. It has a history that doesn't belong to Walker. He shouldn't have the serum because it doesn't belong to him. And neither does the shield. That shield's history doesn't belong to him, and he holds it like a cool new toy given to him by the American government. The point where he says to Bucky, "This must be really easy for you, all that serum running through your veins." As if the serum is a magical cure-all, even though the serum is literally why Bucky suffers so much. Like, it's the reason Bucky is still alive. It's why he had to get deprogrammed. The serum for him has only caused suffering. Walker only sees the tip of the iceberg of the serum, and he can't see anything else because he is an ass. Plain and simple. However, from the first episode Walker is in, you can tell that something is mentally wrong with him. Personally, I think that the American government should have done a psyche eval before appointing someone as Captain America. But hey, that's the American government for you. They should have made sure that before they handed the literal American symbol of hope to someone, that person was mentally fit for the job. Because Walker doesn't understand the importance and impact of that shield. Then he ruins it by covering it in blood. And he doesn't see what's wrong with that. He also doesn't get the struggle Sam had with having the shield. A black man holding the symbol of America. Walker doesn't understand Sam's inner struggles with that. And then Bucky struggling and trying to come to terms with the loss of his best friend, latching onto the shield as the last piece of his time and the last piece of family he's got, then watching it be used as a weapon. Walker can't see what he does as wrong. He's got the biggest hero complex ever, with the massive problem of not being a hero. In my opinion, out of every villain in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, John Walker is the worst. In a show that one of its main focuses is legacy, somehow Walker destroys a legacy instead of continuing it. The scene where Walker kills someone with the shield didn't get me as much as the scene where he stood back, put the shield back on, and stood as blood dripped off of it. Never in my life have I watched something that hit me so deeply as that scene. He covered a symbol of hope in innocent blood and put it back on because he thinks he deserves it. So yeah, Homelander is awful and cruel and disgusting in the show. No doubt about it. Yes, he is very obviously a terrible person who is written to be hated. So yeah, I guess I hate him, but not in the same way as Walker. Because not once while watching The Boys did I ever feel the need to get up and step away from watching the show because I was so mad. I only ever stepped away because of the gore. Walker, however, made me get up in anger. Many times, in fact, I would get up, pause the show, and either scream or go punch our punching bag that we have. And no hate to the actor, he did a fantastic job of making a character so unlikable. He made a symbol of hope bloody, and he did it well. But maybe he did it just a little too well. Anyway, besides that, these are all just my opinions, and you should also form your own. Like I said, this opinion cannot be fully formed either because I just can't get through The Boys. Then again, this really was more of an excuse to just rant about how much I hate John Walker, but I would like to know your opinions in the comments below. Know, however, that you won't change my mind, because I viscerally hate John Walker. But those are my feelings. How do you feel, Bae? Why do I feel like you said something about finding him really hot, or wanting to kiss him, or thinking that he's the coolest character ever? Why do I have that weird feeling that that's what you were going to have said. So, be careful with what you say. I know where you live, Bae. That's really funny to hear outside of a video, now that I'm thinking about it, but, we're friends in real life. Don't even worry about it, guys. Don't even worry about it. But I will see you all in the next video, so take care, stay curious, bye!